And then let's go here. Let's see. Let's put you in here. Okay, no, okay, I gotta hang this up and I gotta do this again. And we gotta go to chat. Gotta go here.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Oh my goodness. Come on. Let's see.
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Listen. Listen here. Listen. Listen, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Just let me know if y'all can hear me in the blue room. If you're in the blue room and on the phone lines, let me know if I can be heard. Lance. Real time. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up. But if you are an OG to Planet Remix, I'm going to lightly say this. What I used to be known for doing to other people, blowing up their computers, blowing up their phones, knocking their internet systems out. I would do a reading. People would call me back and say, as soon as I got off the phone with you, my phone just went dead, never came back on. Would do the Skype call. As soon as we got off the call, the whole computer is gone. I was trading in my iPhones every 3 to 4 months till they basically told me, we can't honor your plan, your Apple Care, because what are you doing to this phone? And yeah, that part. So I kept saying, I feel like I'm moving like at 1,000. I'm moving at a very high rate of speed inside, but energetically, I've been trying to bring it down. But I want to make sure you all can hear me, and you can hear me nice and clear. OMG. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. I'm going to tell you, my little green alien is on the floor. Let me pick my baby up. I got to pick him up. I'm sorry. Pick my baby up here. But let me tell you, I'm trying. I told you guys I would do my very best to calm down. Now, back in the day, this would happen all the time. We would have a fire ass show. Come on, Brother Panic, Brother Bobby, and others, and get into it. And we would know we would need to constrain our energy because the whole system would go down. One day, my whole neighborhood, I know I felt bad. I didn't tell them, but I took the power out my whole neighborhood. So let me calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Baby, won't you calm down? Lance, you remember those times, right? Okay. I'm bringing it back down because we're going to finish this. This is too important. And I know that it's not just me. Even though I told you guys You got to look within yourself. I am looking within myself, but I need y'all to look within yourself because some of y'all walked up in here with some real high energy too. And I just personally think it was just too much for the cosmos right now. Me, you, us together, all of this energy, too much. So we're going to have to bring it down. We're going to have to bring it down several notches or we're not going to make it. I thought my whole board went out because it would not power up no matter what I did. My whole surge protector is gone. I think I might have lost my desktop. Lenovo was gone anyway, but you know, I still had some good things I could do with her. My light over here is gone. It's a whole lot of stuff. I'll have to check afterwards. Anywho. Wow. Talk about a lesson. I was given a damn lesson, all right, huh? I was given a lesson. I got the lesson. That's right. So let me pick up where I left off. Again, you may want to grab something to write with because we're going to go through this. I'm going to give you 8 steps. Everything that's happening, breakdowns, meltdowns, breakthroughs, all of this is to get you to go within. But there's a reason that you're going within. There's a reason. There is a reason why you're going within. You're going within because if you can do this right, right? And you can find where this is coming from. I guarantee you it's not your heart. It's not the heart of the matter. We talk about this all the time. It's coming from the mind-made emotions that the mind has made, the false matrix. And this is what you're responding on. So really these meltdown breakdowns that you're having is so you can go deeper within yourself, but not to rip yourself apart, but to be in the awareness of finding a new way of being. We're stepping into a new chapter. This is the next era of who you are. But in this next era, you are tapping into your superpowers in a sense. You know, that's a song we played on the remix. I used to play that song all the time. It's really like a meditative song for me with Beyonce and the superpowers. Superpowers? Yeah, we got superpowers, but we gotta know how to use our superpowers. It is bringing us to a solution. It is bringing us to an understanding. It is bringing us to a new way of being. And write that down when I say being. That's you. You are the being. So when you are tapping into a new way of being, I'm trying to bring it down. You unlock this matrix download, this new download of creativity inside of you. We often talk about the exchange of wealth, but that means nothing if you don't have the exchange, because there's an exchange right now going on, and they're not talking about this in the stock market. If you don't have the exchange of unlocking creativity, your creativity that's inside of you. Because when it comes to the music industry, when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to how we run our businesses, we are watching all of these things fall. I guess that's why Prince came through tonight. And one of the songs he told me to listen to while I was in the records was All Seven. All seven, we will watch them fall. Fall. We will watch them fall. It's not speaking to a particular person, so don't get this twisted, or you may be one of the ones falling. It is talking about an energy. It is talking about a state of being. It is talking about a consciousness. It is talking about a being, you being. What are you going to let fall so you can step into the next era of you? So as we watch this being played out on a grand scale with P. Diddy and all the others wrapped up in this, as we watch this fall, the music industry, things that is going on with Hollywood. If you notice, these are the creative aspects of our society. It's falling. It already fell apart. Now it's crumbling. It's falling from within. And so right now, it's a lot going on. If we get too caught up in watching the fall, we can miss the Matrix new downloads for the next level, the next era of you. You can miss it. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to come on. So if you've had a breakdown, a meltdown in the last couple of weeks, there's another one coming, even bigger than the one you just had. Again, don't get distracted, because this is what's called, you want to know how they can steal your energy. Well, no one's really stealing it. You're giving it away. You're giving it away to, in essence, it's not that it doesn't matter, but the way you're giving it away, it doesn't matter. So look at those things in your life, especially when it comes to connections, relationships, of course, because that's a hot topic on planet Earth, because we have relationships with everything on Earth. Yet again, power just went out again. I don't know how long I can be here, because apparently this is getting challenging to come out. But I'm definitely going to do my best to get it out. Stay focused. You got to escape low vibes. I'm going to quantify that in a minute, because you're breaking through the matrix, the false matrix. When you do this, you will be able to tap into hidden new abilities. This ain't the hot shit you think you know how to do right now. It ain't none of that. It's going to be something you had no clue that you even had this ability. It's a superpower. and it will come out of nowhere, seemingly, but you will be doing the work. So, I want to talk about the 8 steps here of how you can channel this energy this weekend when you're in the midst or when you feel like you're about to have that breakdown. I want this to be a reminder to you that you have something else to do in the place of what's happening. Hopefully, the first half of the show is still up because that is so important. I definitely want you to go back and listen, download. Yeah, it's there. So, yeah, it's there with almost over 400 views. It's there. So, definitely want you to go back and listen. Go back and listen to that. I'm going to go through these steps here. I will label this show part 2. So we will know that this is part 2 of part 1. So let's go through the 8 steps. The first one, I want you to know that the doors are open. These cosmic portal doors are open. And it requires some cosmic unlocking for you to tap in. You've got to be able to unlock it. Does that make sense? The door is open, but it's locked, meaning you can get in, but you have to unlock it. These are doors that once were not accessible to you, but you can get in. These are things that have laid dormant within your DNA. Very dormant. And for you to tap into this energy, I want you to set yourself up with like a 24-hour DNA cosmic explosion tracker, right? Set a timer for 24 hours. It's going to be important that you set this timer for 24 hours. And keep away, whether you do it on your phone or you're writing it down, where you can journal notes throughout the day. And I want you to make notice whenever those sparks come in that's pulling you towards something, whether it's an idea, whether it's a new hobby, some sort of skill, something unique, something different that comes up, make note of it. And at the end of the day, review those notes. They're going to be key because what's coming in right now is you're getting your new era downloads. See if you can identify a pattern. It's like being on a scavenger hunt. It's going to give you clues because this is where your creative genius is attempting to emerge in a very small way. And here's the weird thing. It might seem like it's unrelated. It's going to seem like these things are unrelated to one another, but yet they're very related to each other. Very related. And these are just some things. You can pick which ones vibe with you, which ones don't. Work on them this weekend. I want us to have some real-time magic that is activation because it puts us in that step of doing so that we can begin to start doing things. The next thing we're going to talk about is to tap into the afterglow of the eclipse because that afterglow is still here with us after the powerful eclipse of last week. I know so many of you are beginning to see a new perspective about who you are and your abilities. Even looking at your self-worth, not from a paper chaser value, but self-worth in all aspects of your life, your friendships, your home, your connection, your relationships, to the food you eat, the things you consume, you watch, you participate in, the conversations you're having. There should have been some afterglow here. So now that this afterglow has brought this new perspective to mind, we're now in the post-eclipse energy. And this is the energy that is designed for rewiring old patterns so that you can give people in your life and things that you do in your life a new, a fresh lens. It's the way to discover something hidden, something new in a very, very unexpected area of your life. In essence, it will help you shift your perception so you can see beyond the false matrix. So what you can do here is you can go on a sensory perception stroll. So what you're going to do is take about 30 minutes, 30 minutes. And while you're walking, engage all of your senses like never before. You want to get into feeling the texture of the air, like literally. You can even try it right now, wherever you are, if you're in your room, if you're in your house, if you're outside, if you're at work, if you're driving in a car. Feel the texture of the air. Listen to the sounds in the background that's happening around you. See if you can smell the environment. Because what this is going to do, it's going to heighten your awareness and it will activate your brain's neuroplasticity. And this is going to help you perceive beyond the ordinary. It's going to help you unlock and open up your third eye and your crown chakra and expand your awareness, because you're going to want to go beyond what you're sensing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling. You're going to want to go beyond what you're hearing. You're going to want to go beyond and heighten your awareness to a whole new level. Number 3, you're going to break through Hollywood's illusions, because this illusion of Hollywood is not just deemed for the movies. This has filtered itself into our culture, our society, the music, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the friendships we keep, everything. And as this low energy shifts from the music and the Hollywood industry, the collective consciousness is breaking free from external validation. One of the things that's happening right now that's so powerful is there is a powerful alignment that is really urging us to shift our focus inward. Those of you who have been a part of Planet Remix, you've been on this path of self-mastery for a while. Know that the cosmos is reminding you, the spirit world, to look within, because this is where your real creative power source This is the home. This is the seed, the root of where the source is. The true source, the God source, the God power, the real creative power is within. So take about 3 minutes, stand in front of the mirror, and look into your eyes without judgment. And as you're looking in your eyes, I want you to begin to look to the right as far as you can. Follow your eyes in the mirror to the right, and then follow your eyes to the left, and then bring them back to the center and stare into your eyes, and then repeat, I am the source of my creative powers. We talked about in the last talk that I did about everyone wants to be a creator. And your creative powers come from the Creator. Now, some people call themselves content creators because they think it's a bold statement to call yourself a creator. But the truth is, we are all creators. We are the source, and our powers is coming from the source. We are the reflection of the God power, and we have that God power, that God seed inside of us. That must be activated, and it can only be reactivated through creative powers. This is a simple yet profound exercise that is going to help you activate and disconnect from the external validation. Let this be a reminder that everything, literally, that you need, everything is within you. Everything you need is in you. Everything you need is there, and you can unlock it. This is the time to unlock it. Let's go to the fourth one. I'm going to talk a little astrology here just because it makes sense. Right now, Chiron is giving everyone a push, and that push is for healing. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. This push is a catalyst for growth. And so this week, Chiron aligns to help you see to see how your past pain is directly linked to your creative potential. So if you want to know why you don't have that spark of creativity, why can't you do the things that you want that is unique and authentic to you? This push is letting you know that it's because of some past pain that is unresolved. This is linked to your creative potential. This energy here offers healing through self-expression. When you dive into your creativity, no matter what that is, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's a new form of communication, because there's so many new things that are coming online, whether it's cooking, whether it's connecting with people, whether it's, writing, journaling, dancing, cooking, spending time with family and loved ones. doing something that feeds your soul, that brings you joy. When you unlock that, it lets your wounds be your muse. It alleviates the pain, and you start to activate your superpowers. It allows your superpowers to be activated. Let's go to number 5. We're almost done. Thank you all. Make sure you like and subscribe as well if you are feeling this message. So, number 5, it's time to master your skills. And boy, don't I know this one. It's time to master your skills. This is the perfect time to start honing in and sharpening your skills. This is not just about creativity for fun, even though that's a part of it. I want you to have fun, but it's also for mastery with purpose. You are being called on to commit to your craft. Commit to your craft. Can you commit to your craft? And if you don't know what that is, can you begin to go on a journey of true, authentic discovery and commit to mastery no matter what it is? One of the great ways that I tap in to committing to my craft and this mastery is through music. Through music. So I'm going to give you this activation is, find a soundtrack that's at least 15 minutes. You can either create a playlist or find a soundtrack that has a blend of different musics and different genres, and perhaps put some things on there you've never explored before. And while listening, begin to do something. It doesn't matter what it is, because you're going to be stimulated. And this mix of this new sound pattern and this creative action is going to stimulate your brain to form new connections and reinforce your path to your mastery, to your craft. I want y'all to try this out and definitely come back so that you can see how this is coming together. You could even be going in to clean the kitchen or reorganize your room or straighten up something that you're doing. It can be washing clothes. It can be whatever it is. But you need to be doing something with it. Commit to your craft. It's the perfect time to do it. And so next, number 6, the blessings of synchronicities and serendipities. Someone was just in the Blue Room talking about how they were having deja vu. So over the course of the next week, I want you, each time you are experiencing synchronicities or serendipity, I want you to write it down on a small card. Get you some small index cards, write it down, and then take it and put it in a jar or a box. And at the end of the week, I want you to review the card, pull it out, reflect on the card, and on the connection of these moments of how they all go together. You will notice that there is a theme that is emerging, because these are clues from the spirit world about your new creative path that you're going to be headed on. I want to say that again, that you're headed towards. You're going to be headed towards your new direction that you're going to be headed towards. So, these synchronicities and serendipities, expect them to intensify. Particularly, I'm going to give you some days on Monday and Tuesday, it's going to happen. So look for them. It's going to be in full force. The planet of Jupiter is letting go of its electromagnetic field. And this is going to help you connect with the right people and the opportunities at the perfect moment, but not without your consent. Remember, nothing moves, no spirit guide, no ancestors, or nothing. Nothing moves without your consent. Remember, where are you consenting to? But if you expect these blessings, these synchronicities, not forcing them, but know that they will happen. Don't ignore these chances to interact because they are cosmic signs that's going to be leading you to a higher path. Let's go to number 7. We're almost done. Whew, number 7. This is death of the old creative blocks. So many of you are talking about releasing creative blocks and, how do you get out of that? This is about your old self is shedding. So if you feel right now like, I don't know what you're talking about, Ms.Blue, I feel like I'm being blocked. You're being blocked because your old self needs to die, not physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally. It wants you to let go of the false matrix. Tap into the true essence of your heart and bring things into alignment. This energy is very transformative. It's like Pluto. It wants to burn away what no longer serves you creatively. So if you're not feeling it no more, don't do it. If you're not feeling it, and I'm not talking about the false mind feeling it, in your heart not feeling it, you're going to know because you're going to be blocked. It's going to be a struggle. You're not going to be able to do it. It's not going to work for you. It's just going to be gone. Blocks that have been holding you back for years are falling apart. I keep talking about my Lenovo. These are going to be things in your day-to-day life. They can be cars, they could be relationships, it could be a refrigerator, it could be a job. It could be the food you're eating. All of a sudden, you ate your favorite meal and you're sick. You got food poisoning, or all of a sudden, you got the bubble guts and you can't eat it anymore. It's falling apart. It's telling you this is not serving you anymore. You put on your favorite heels, you go out, you twist your ankle. It's not serving you anymore. It's not serving you. Blocks that have been holding you back for years and years and years are falling apart now. The energy of destruction is here for a higher purpose. And I know that's a difficult one, but we have to get this lesson. It's to clear the way for your authentic creativity to emerge. But here's the goal. Because you're here, it doesn't have to burn to the ground. You can make a conscious choice to go in another direction, to filter that creativity in another way. Every time I cut this Lenovo on, something happens to let me know, Blue, let it go. It's over. It's done. You got a new system now. And even though you do not know how to use it, it's time to master your craft because this has been holding you back for years. It's time to master your craft. And so I want you all to understand this and see this for yourself as well. So know there are changes on the horizon for the remix. Yeah. So, it is clearing the way for your authentic creativity, your creative self to emerge. So if you're doing something and it's not working, it's not because someone is against you. It's not because everybody's jealous of you and they hating on you and this person did that, the algorithm did this and that person is doing that and this is this. It's because there's a higher purpose for you. It's a higher purpose. And the beautiful thing, it has been blessed off and ordained by you. Now let's go to number 8. Last week we talked about sparks. This is a spark here. And this spark is innovation from chaos. Boy, don't we know that tonight. Innovation from chaos. But that's it. I'm not cutting on the Lenovo no more. Embrace the unexpected because innovation comes from chaos. So here's what you can do. You can have an unplanned creative session. Take about 1 hour and engage in a creative activity of your choice. Do something creative. Maybe something you wouldn't normally reach for. Like do some channeled writing. Maybe, go for a walk. Go outside and stare at the stars and the moon if you haven't done that. But set aside an hour to do something you wouldn't normally do. This is the only rule. You cannot plan anything. You have to let your intuition in the moment of now guide you. Because this is a part of that practice of surrendering to chaos. It will help you cultivate innovation and uncertainty. I do it all the time. Unlocking new ideas and profound, my goodness, breakthroughs. Profound breakthroughs. This is why I told you guys a couple of months ago, actually a year ago, that I didn't have a set time for the remix anymore because I wasn't getting any clear insight on when that was going to be. So guess what? It was just going to happen when it happened. And I wanted you all to come with me on this journey. And my goodness, I thank you all because I know it's been a ride. Hopefully here very, very soon, we will have something concrete locked in when we're going to have the day of the show. But that's how long I have been in really helping to get myself in the place where I can be innovative, and it's helping because I don't have things planned all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. There is power in planning too. But there is also so much power in allowing your intuition to lead, not just in how you respond to the world, but also the things you do in the world, the actions you take. So know that you're tapping into the source of innovation. sudden ideas, even if it's wild, unconventional, these are gems. Radical shifts, radical rhythms. What seems to be random could be the breakthrough to the mastery that you have been waiting for. I invite you all to do that. But I am going to put some extra little reminders out there. Creativity right now is high on the planet. In its most primal form, it is sexual energy. In its highest form, it is innovation. It can even be in its highest form, in its elevation of sexual energy. Just make sure you're using that energy responsibly. Your soul is at stake when we talk about our creative energy. And this is why I wanted to come on to give us all this reminder so we're not giving away this precious opportunity of creativity as we step into this next era of ourselves and activate our superpowers just to anyone and anything. We're also being responsible by looking within. Spiritual integrity is big. Looking within before we point the finger outward. That we're weighing the scales and making sure we're coming from our heart. We're coming from a place of love. We recognize our own worth. And we are perfecting our craft. The first craft being self-mastery within yourself. To thy own self be true. Know your magic. So here are some signs and symbols that we will be seeing even more on the planet that's letting you know that the matrix downloads are coming in. And there is a great exchange going on with creativity, particularly when it comes to looking at it from a macro scale. You're going to see people in their 70s doing things that you never thought possible. I mean, now we're getting trickles of it, but we're going to see even more. You're going to also see a lot of the great singers, artists, and actors on the planet. Their information, their avatars have been downloaded into the collective. Now, when a soul passes away, they download a part of their consciousness and their avatar of what they did on the planet. Whatever that gift is, they download that into the collective. So you'll notice that there are some things that happen. When Michael Jackson made his transition, people all over the world started shining their light in their countries. Y'all remember they had a big thing on television and they were sending out light all over the planet. They were shining light, different color lights. And they were showing all the different countries that had shined the light out into the planet. That was one. Number two, when Aretha Franklin passed away, they literally named a star system after her, and they broadcast her music out into our galaxy. Why do you think that they were led to do that? That's not the only one they have done that for. Very interesting, they did it for Will I Am as well. And right after they did it for Will I Am, interesting enough, it's like he didn't come out with no more music. But they broadcast Will I Am's song to the center of our Milky Way galaxy. So what happens, and this happens with our ancestors, your relatives, like your grandmother could have passed away. And when your grandmother passed away, she decides who the bulk of her consciousness is going to go to. She can decide that you were her favorite grandson, who always would listen to her stories, and she felt a deep connection with you. And so she decides to take all of her gifts and talents and pass them on to you. And so suddenly one day you're up, you're cooking something, and you get this download that you want to try to make this pie that your grandmother made. Everybody in the family has attempted it, but nobody can get it close. You make it, your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles all come over and say, "Oh my gosh, you made this just like Big Mama. Oh my God, you can cook just like her," because she downloaded that to you. We see this in cartoons. When a soul pass away, they will show like a ghostly or white light figure, and they will show that smoke going into the other person's body. Well, that's where they got that from, because they can choose. Now, when someone like Michael Jackson or someone who's made a big impact on the planet has passed away, then it goes into the collective. But what happens is over time and over so many years, they will come back and they will do a re-emergence of downloading that back to the collective again. And so this is why every so many years we have people who come up and they can all dance like Michael Jackson. They could not have even been born during the time Michael lived. They can sing like him. They can dance like him. They want to dress like him. They want to emulate him because they got a part of that consciousness downloaded into them. Well, it doesn't just work for singers. I mean, this is one of the ways we see it, and I think we can call it out. You're going to have 70-year-old, 80-year-olds rapping like they were in the best days of Eminem, Jay-Z, and, Nas, and all of the great rappers. You're going to see them doing this because now we have moved to a time that it's not just going to the youth, it's going to the collective. And if your frequency is high enough, you have done the internal work and have a desire to connect with that energy, you will get that download. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're not excused from it. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80s. You're going to see it. You're also going to see minds come back on the planet like Steve Jobs. And you're going to see them doing this. You're going to see like Einstein. You're going to see them. You're going to see minds like Amenhotep coming out of ancient Egypt. You're going to see these downloads coming back into people. And they're not just going to be the lookalike avatar. They are going to take the embodiment of these talents and these spiritual gifts and this information, and they're going to transcend it and embody it, and they're going to begin to start activating it out into the world. And you're going to know it. You're going to know it. So, know that right now, you have downloads that are inside of you that you have not activated, that you have activated, that are inside of you, that have come from, of course, your past lives where you had different gifts, skills, and talents, but also that came out of the collective. This is why we cannot put judgment on things. We cannot become a society of conscious beings that think we're only supposed to flip tarot cards and look at the moons and the stars. Nothing wrong with that. Or read people's auras and energies. We are the new doctors. We are the new teachers. We are the new leaders. We are the new builders. We are the new engineers. We are the new scientists. We are the new psychologists. We are the new world. And so you have to follow, or you don't have to do anything. You should follow this calling and not allow yourself to be stuck, because that too is of the old world. We are here because we are visionaries, which means we must hold a vision. And that vision of a visionary is not just for what is happening now, but how do we move into the future together, collectively, in a more expansive, a more conscious, a more sustainable, a more loving, and a more filled with light kind of way. This is why we're being called to master our authentic crafts. And those things that are not authentically for you at this time are the things that you're being blocked, that is falling apart, that is not working for you, that is not thriving. Because I promise you, you are greater than you could ever imagine. You are limitless. And your soul does have a divine mission. That mission of being filled with joy, and then channeling that joy to where you feel your authentic calling is calling you to be of service in some sort of way. The problem is a large majority of us on the planet are old souls, and we keep going over these roadblocks that's tripping us up. And that trip up comes because we know how to love everyone and everything on the planet but ourselves. And the power has to go back to the creator. And if you don't recognize yourself to be a creator, then you're not able to create. And so this great work that has been bestowed upon us is what we're being called to do. We're being called to do this with love and to know exactly where we are on our journey, to really offer ourselves the power of forgiveness. Ask yourself, ask your higher self for forgiveness, and then move forward with love. Move forward with yourself with love. The other day, I had a song that came up, and I want you all to go listen to this. I didn't have a chance to explain, but I want you to go listen to it. It's by Money Love, and it's called Revenge. And I had a whole epiphany, a soul epiphany, as I call it. That's what we do to ourselves. We try to get revenge on ourselves, and we self-sabotage our own greatness because we haven't forgiven ourselves. We haven't looked at our deeper wounds. And so it's easy to deflect on things outside of ourselves, people outside of ourselves, situations outside of ourselves, to say, this is what caused this to be. And not recognizing for anything on the outside to happen, we must have done it to ourselves first. It doesn't mean you don't stand up and acknowledge what is happening and to stand in your truth once you have figured out, where have I done that to myself? Where have I cheated myself at? Where have I lied to me at? Where have I underestimated myself at? Where have I been mean to me at? Where have I done this at? And start looking at that. Once you start looking at that, then you can dissolve that. You can set healthy boundaries with yourself, not with other people, with yourself. So that's where the work is. For us to get into that, I was going somewhere. So the song is called Revenge. And in the song, she talks about, I don't want revenge from somebody I consider to be a friend. You know, this is your higher self saying to you, I don't want revenge. Yeah, what you did was mess the hell up, but I'm not looking for revenge. I just want to make amends so we can move on. So the next time you listen to that song by Money Love, that is your higher self singing to you, urging you to spend some time with yourself. And especially over this next week. So if you have that moment where something outside in the false matrix triggers your pretty matrix that you got going on the inside, you'll reflect back to everything that we discussed in this activation here. And you will respond. You will take action from your higher self and not revenge on yourself or anyone else. But you will lead with love, because love is the only thing that is real here. That's the only thing that's real here, soul family. So, I love you all. I would love for us to keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Let me know how your week is going. Come back. Let's use the comment section as a live oracle board where we can share our comments, our takeaways, our downloads, our insights with one another. And I will see you all in these cosmic streets real soon. Peace and love.